Okay, I wanted to make this video so that we can talk a little bit about one of the core assignments that you're going to have in this course, and that is the film analyses that you'll do. You're going to write over the course of the semester 3 film analyses, one for each of the major sociological theorists that we discussed. That is to say, one for Marx, one for Durkheim, and one for Weber. And so these are going to provide for you kind of a core way to demonstrate that you understand the arguments that the theorists are making, you understand their core concepts, and you can work with and use those concepts well. It's also meant to be a fairly fun assignment. You get to watch a movie and then use the concepts from the particular theorist that we're talking about to make sense of what's going on in that movie. And so I intend this to be both challenging but also a fun way to engage with the material. So you'll see if you open up your the film analysis instructions that I provided for you, which I've got on the screen here, you'll see that at the bottom I list out each of the theorists for whom we're writing the film analyses for, and you'll choose between one of the two movies listed for that theorist. So for Durkheim, you choose between The Village or Pleasantville, for Marx between The Lego Movie and Elysium, and for Weber between Office Space and A Few Good Men. Now these are meant to be film analyses, so they're not film reviews. You're not going to be a film critic. The key goal is for you to watch the film and then analyze what's going on in the film through the lens of the particular theorist. And so you really want to think about it on those terms. You're writing a film analysis, not a review of the particular movie or film that we're watching. And so what you really want to be able to do is to sort of watch the film, and I would strongly encourage you to watch the film and to have a notebook with you. It is not just sort of sitting back with popcorn and watching the movie. You're going to sit back with your notebook or with a laptop, and you're going to take notes on the film. And what I encourage you to do is have a list of the concepts from the theorist that we've been talking about. And sit down and watch the film and take notes on where you see those particular concepts at work. You're going to select out the most relevant concepts that you see in the particular film that you're watching. What are the most relevant concepts and how do you see those at work? And so you can see here that I've listed out that's one of the key things for you to do. You're going to use this as a vehicle to discuss the most relevant concepts and ideas from that particular theorist. Right? So you'll want to sit down and watch the movie with your notebook and sort of have those concepts in mind. Better yet, have them listed out and take notes as you would taking notes while you're reading. Where do you see these concepts at work? Where do you see them present? And what are they doing in the particular film? Once you've done that, you'll sit down to actually write out the film analysis. And I provided a structure for you to follow in the paper, where you start out the paper outlining the basics of the movie. Here you don't want to go into depth about the particular plot, but just a basic overview to orient your reader to what the movie is about. So here we're looking for no more than a paragraph in doing this. Secondly, once you've accomplished that, you're going to then work through an analysis of the film as if you were Marx or Weber or Durkheim. And this is really the meat of the paper. This is the crux of what you want to focus on. You want to be here identifying what the concepts are, and you really, for this paper, you only want to identify one or two concepts that you're going to work with. Not all of the concepts, but just one or two that are particularly relevant from this film. Identify them in the paper, flesh them out, and show how it is you see them working in the film. Again, don't try to incorporate every concept or element from the particular theorist, only the ones that are most relevant for this film. And then you want to conclude by summarizing what your core argument is about those concepts. That is to say, what is your core argument about how those concepts are working in this particular film? How does this film speak to the ideas and the issues Durkheim or Marx or Weber or whoever that it is, right? And so that's the basic structure. You've only got 2 to 3 pages, and so we're going to be fairly strict about that. 2 to 3 pages in length for the paper. So you've got to be kind of clear and concise in your writing to make it clear exactly what it is you're arguing. You don't want any fluff or filler kind of sentences and words. Just get to the core of the argument, get to the core of what it is that this film is doing, or how these ideas are working in this film. And you can see there here at the end the kind of crux of how I'll evaluate each of these. There's also a rubric on D2L that you can use and take a look at, and that's how I'm gonna sort of that's how I'll be evaluating each of these. If you have any questions about the film analysis, let me know, and I look forward to reading each of them.